Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to another thrilling episode of Living World of Darkness, a rage across New York. We will set this scene at the cabins of the Den Father and the many, many cubs which he shepherds. The with a new arrival having been mentioned probably several times over, especially after the time that Talia spent in his company before returning back. Assuming she returned back. I'm going to hope she did, because that's my excuse. Maeve will finally come out of the cabin. She's perhaps looking a little sterner than usual, a little stiffer than usual. She has her hair up in a tight braid around her head. Very businesslike. Then again, when you're getting the crap kicked out of you, as far as training goes, it pays to have your hair out of the way. So she will eventually finally come out of the cabin, shut it behind her, and come trotting along over to where the boys' cabin is. Her one true home. No, her original home. Whatever. She'll go trotting over there, give a rap at the door, and then after about a 2-second pause, pop the door.
Go, my good sir.
Well, my character's probably just over there by his bed, just wrapping up some twigs, trying to make it little trinkets and stuff and put it over to his many trashy souvenirs that he got that he's found from dumpster diving, or just, you know, just items that he just pick up every now and then. He's just, just looking at them, just, just in deep thought, just with his many trinkets and souvenirs. Mm.
Oh, pardon. What does he look like?
Uh, Basically, the picture that I got right now, that's what he looks like. But you know, he's 6 foot, 6'7". That's actually my height. But that's how tall he is. And he's just kind of hunched over with some, shaggy, raggedy clothes. You know, just in deep thought while he's making these little trinkets. He kind of got like this old rusty sword to the side, just linked up on his bed.
Unless I totally messed up, is he in Krynos? Because the only picture I can see is the Krynos icon you have.
No, he's not in Krynos. He's in regular form. Just regular Hamid.
Okie dokie. And at the risk of being gamey, is his deformity something that is visible or eye-catching?
Well, the hat in the picture right now is actually, he kind of got his eyes covered, and you kind of see like little.
I
It's
can't
not
see the
noticeable, but
picture.
I'm sorry. Little. It's kind of got like a hat cover, like a beanie almost, and it's kind of like little
Okay.
two stubbles, kind of protruding, but not that visible.
Okay,
But
sweet.
if you look hard enough, you can see
Oh,
them.
she's not. She doesn't know
Okay.
much about the situation. I just figured I'd double check in case it was something that was like blatantly obvious.
Hmm.
Okie dokie. Then she'll poke her head in and finally slip just inside and shut the door because it's kind of rude to let the cold air in. Um, but she'll proceed herself with a, "Oh, hi," and wave once she's settled.
Hello. Uh, uh, Nick. My name is Nicholas Young. Arun Metis. He portrayed, just jumps off the bed, some stuff knocks over, and he, have his hand out.
She'll kind of put her hands up a bit as if, kind of a calm down sort of gesture, raises them in front of her.
Oh,
Oh, don't worry. I'm a cub.
oh, yes, yes.
My
Kind
name
of sit back to the bed.
My name is Maeve. I'm sorry that I startled you.
Oh, oh, well, hello, Maeve. Um, but what brings you to this cabin?
Well, the whole not knocking thing. Sorry, I actually used to stay in this cabin before there were so many of us we had to split. Actually, I came by to meet you.
And then he kind of points at himself and look around. Me? Mm,
Yeah.
mm, 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 mm. Uh, never had visitors before, but then he knocks over a little few of his trinkets, grabs some of them and, kind of just pats towards the bed right quick to take a seat, kind of sits up Indian style. Join. Mm,
She'll come on in and take a glance around just to see if Lucas is anywhere nearby, or Chino, or, God help him, Albert.
There's a little beaded curtain that separates one section of the cabin to the other section of the cabin because Lucas is a hippie and did away with the doors, at least the interior ones. Something about closeness and togetherness. The smell of weed and the smell of trash is the smell of funk, the blood. Oh, this is going to be a wonderful place to go ahead and lounge in. Maybe a little bit of cleaning needs to be done. But in any case, at the other end of the cabin, probably sleeping in his own buck, taking a quick cat nap, is Lucas.
She'll probably not go all the way over there to poke her head through the beads because she doesn't want to be rude having been invited over to sit. But she does kind of, as she's walking over, pause to kind of lean to try to get a look and peer through the bead curtain and finally smirk a little bit. Mostly just because it's kind of funny that Lucas manages to sleep with the new guy here making so much noise. He's a pretty vocal guy, not in a bad way, but he's pretty audible. But shrug, she'll go ahead and plunk down either wherever he happened to gesture, whether it was next to him, like plopping on the bed, or on the floor nearby, or very potentially she'll steal back her old beanbag chair and tug it over to flop in.
Beanbag chair. Nice. Found one in trash one day. Good.
Yeah, they're pretty awesome. Slept in this thing for a while. Pat pats it.
Interesting.
Well, back when there were only, maybe 4, 5 of us? I guess 5 of us. We all stayed in the one cabin, but around time Chino got in here with us, I guess the den daddy decided it was time to split the boys and the girls up. If only because getting all of us in this one cabin was something of a job.
Understandable. Just like there's a men's bathroom and a woman's bathroom. Exactly.
Propriety and all that.
Yes.
She'll let her eyes kind of wander up to the various doodads and trinkets that he's been hanging around and using to kind of claim his little bit of space. She'll tilt her head a little. What all's up there?
Stuff that's been found in dumpsters behind the, museum, fake, like, souvenirs that they threw out. Stuff that's just been, like stick figures that he made, some made out of, like, plastic forks and stuff. Just all, like, a G.I. Joe looking army man just that he found. Just like all sorts of stuff. And like maybe like a stuffed bird or something that he found.
She'll grin a bit.
You like my trinkets, do you not?
I like that you decorate.
Learn from the best, old Lady Yaga. Learn from the best.
Old Lady Yaga? I've met her.
And the foster mother.
There is a clattering of the window just above the sink in the kitchen area, and a sneaker goes ahead and sneaks its way in, followed by a leg, followed by the form of Lucas into the cabin. Closes it behind him, steps off the sink, goes behind the beaded curtain, pretty much pulls down the dummy of Lucas and puts it back underneath his bed.
Sighs at length.
Comes back. Hey,
Really?
really what?
Really, you have a full body dummy?
Not necessarily a full body dummy, just as full as it needs to fool people.
A dummy. I found one. It was in the shape of a woman in the trash can. It wasn't inflated, but it had a hole in the mouth for some reason.
Oh. Oh my, Nicholas, we're not laughing at you. We're not laughing at you.
Let me see real quick if she actually catches on. Just because she's so fucking sheltered. Oh god, she does. She figures out what he's talking about and kind of starts tinging pink. By the time she's done, her ears are red. It takes her a second, though, hilariously.
And are you okay? Is this something that I said?
It's fine. I just had a straight thought.
Well, this interesting. I tried to take it to old lady Yaga, and she told me to throw it away immediately. He kind of humps his shoulder off and just kind of looks at his trinkets and stuff and start making little stick figures.
So, made introductions and you know each other?
Yes, I introduced myself to her.
You did. Very properly.
Awesome. Okay, Lucas says, looking at all the different trinkets that have been laid about, you're getting used to your space in the cabins?
Of course. I talked to the one called Albert earlier. Nice,
really?
nice person. Nice person.
And what did he have to say?
He's trying to make up for mistakes. He's, don't want you all to be mad at him anymore. Move forward. I said, do not dwell on the past. I said.
It's not very past yet.
No, it's not very past at all.
It's very present.
Very present, very recent, and we are still suffering the effects of.
Yes.
But are we not all, brothers and sisters of Gaia? We make mistakes, we falter, but do we all forgive and lift each other up and move on from it?
We are brothers and sisters, but even brothers and sisters can make each other angry or make large mistakes. And when all of the children are punished because one child has acted out far beyond where they know they should have acted, it doesn't keep us from being angry.
I'm sorry, Nicholas.
At least not for a little while.
But how was the situation explained to you?
Well, the big fight happened between him and another individual. I think can't remember all details, but gave quick pep talk. Pep talk well needed.
He might have appreciated that pep talk, but that seems rather simplified to what exactly happened.
Maybe we'll gesture to Lucas to go ahead and do the whole thing.
Okay.
You'll get a
So,
knock at the door.
She'll rouse up to get that so he can go ahead and talk. And pop the door open, poke her head out.
You see Garrett standing there.
She grins. Ironically, she's answering the boys' cabin's door, but hey, whatever.
maybe a dear. There is tea and teacups in the pantry.
Yep. She'll just kind of leave the door open, gesture Garrett to come on in, and wander into the kitchen. She knows where everything is.
Garrett will step in and he'll turn around and close the door and then turn back around to the Cubs and he'll point at Nicholas. You. Introduction.
He shows his neck and he said, "I am Nicholas Young, Arun Metis."
And Garrett will golf clap. Bravo. Keep doing that. You'll be fine.
Thank you. Thank you, Roya.
It's just
Oh, and actually, as that's happening, Maeve kind of pauses mid-step and goes, "Ah, shit," and just promptly flops onto her back from a stand, just kind of in a very fuck it kind of way.
not even looking at her. Garrett just motions with his hand up.
And she'll clamber back up and continue into the kitchen.
Nicholas, I just wanted to keep you on your toes because around here, you're only as good as your last action. Just know that.
He shakes his head.
People around this, they have very short attention spans, so it's usually your latest action that you're known for that you often get judged for. Evening, Garrett. How are we doing this morning? This evening, Raya.
Me? Oh, I'm fine. Never better. And for those who've known him a while, you actually notice that he's actually looking a bit more in shape than he normally has been. Those workout routines been paying off. But he looks at Maeve and Lucas and said, honestly, I came to check up on y'all. It hit the fan. It's rolling down on top of y'all.
Yeah. Sort of like flexes himself, bends himself a little bit. Yeah, yep. Not happy, not surprised. Well, actually, not happy, not surprised that Olaf Daddy is frustrated. Not surprised that he's working her ass so hard for this one.
You didn't see him. That's the angriest I've ever seen him, Lucas.
Oh, points to himself, points to me. Oh, we saw how angry he was when he stormed in here.
There's a terse little nod from the kitchen counter.
Very well. Yeah, sorry, new guy. You're kind of feeling the effects of someone.
Hardship is no wonders in my life. Hardship has always been there. Hardship makes me strong. He kind of flexes a little bit with his muscle.
Yeah.
Indeed it does.
Maeve, for her part, is... Oh, sorry. Go ahead and finish.
No, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Every time someone pauses, I jump. Maeve, for her part, is in the kitchen and making the tea dutifully, and while she doesn't necessarily mind during the task, the two who are most familiar with her can probably tell from how firmly she's clinking things. It's very similar to her antsy cleaning behavior. There's some tension in it, but it's nothing that's too like blatantly obvious. She's not slamming things. It's just you can tell she's annoyed.
Yeah. Garrett, I was just about to go ahead and give the story about the situation and what my brother Ingaya did.
And he'll find the next seat and prop his legs up on a table that he's assuming is there.
He goes ahead and looks at Garrett. I can't help but think that you are testing me.
Everything's a test.
All right, fair enough. Now, Nicholas, this is what transpired only a few days ago. So I was out playing b-ball with a bunch of my hood friends, some bone arc and some child of Gaiac, and just trying to practice my three-pointer from where I could. It took me a while to finally end that game of horse, but when I did, oh yeah, I was feeling on fire. I was feeling fantastic. Because back then, I actually had the recreational time to spend at the basketball courts. I had the time to go ahead and perfect my three-pointer. It's not as such as now. So while I was practicing, while I was playing basketball, it's a fantastic game. I'll have to teach you it.
Yes, I used to see.
Nice. My dear brother in Gaia, a ragabash that goes by the name of Albert, I did see him, and I waved him over, and I thought, well, he seems a little bit tired. He seems a little bit out of sorts. So I go ahead and say, hey, well, why don't we go ahead and hang out for a little bit, get some lunch, maybe some coffee. Some coffee will definitely do you good, my good sir. And so we did. We went ahead and left the basketball courts, went up to Red Bones, had a little bit of a snack, and there we met Miss Simon Harris. And there we did talk about a lot of different topics. He's a journalist, as you know, very much used to finding ways to question the civil authorities, because, you know, outside of the Sept and the Bonds, there is the city proper. She knows how to question. She knows how to probe. She's a ragabash for the city, if you want to go ahead and give the simplest of terms. And me and Albert were questioning each other, going back and forth, and we all decided that we would go ahead and take another break. Because we thought, well, maybe if we wander around, we'll be able to speak to somebody to go ahead and alleviate Albert's concerns. He seemed restless. And so we did. And that's when we saw it. That's when we saw our dear Raya. Our dear Raya was there, offering, you know, food to the pigeons. He is wont to do so. Our dear Teeth of Titanium, Glasswalker, Arun, Athro, Warder of the Sept, just, you know, being a normal, everyday dude, throwing birdseed around. Me and Miss Harris looked at each other, thought for a second, well, we'd have to introduce ourselves eventually. And so we went ahead and lay down in front of him in the most awkward way possible. Actually, we went ahead and covered ourselves by saying it was just a fantastic selfie opportunity. And Albert did as well, mostly looking at the clouds and the like. And Teeth of Titanium, his time is very, very precious to him, especially when he is feeding the birds. It is a sacred tradition and right with him, I'm pretty damn sure. And we had deigned to cross him? Oh, no, no, no. He would not let us get away unless we started to answer his questions. And so, we didn't have anything. We just simply wanted to introduce ourselves and leave as quickly as possible. But my dear brother of Gaia decided at that moment to make the most awful mistake in his life. In fact, I saw it through all that morning. It's like he woke up and said, I wish to make a mistake, a terrible, awful mistake. And so Albert and Teeth Raya had a long stinted conversation about honor, something that he probably could have gone to anybody to Olaf, to Travis, to Katori, any number of Garu before coming and talking to him. And he continued the conversation. And Teeth Raya, he has his own mythologies, his own ways of conducting this war, which are all very, very valid. But Albert took offense. And voiced his offense. He did something that I thought that we were pretty damn sure, myself and Miss Harris, that we were about to witness a slaughter. Because Albert went ahead and insulted Teeth Raya, disrespected him, turned his back, and called him, not in so many words, but implied himself to be a dishonorable Garu. It's at that point that my whole entire world went absolute red. Because, oh my dear lord, when you see Teeth Raya angry. His cackles flash up, and being half machine, it's an awful, horrible noise. He pounced on dear poor Albert as the full extent of his mistake was laid bare. He barked commands and orders, and I could only stare because I thought my dear brother of Gaia would die before me. But no, he decided to make it a teaching lesson. Several bans were placed upon him, and he was let go. And after that, the Den Father was summoned. But before that, I ran right back here, right where I'm exactly standing. And right where I was standing, no, where I was standing, he says, standing in the living room, was where Maeve was standing. Where Maeve was standing, I was standing when Olaf Tryggvason, Gita Fenris, Raya, Denfather, jumps through the door, he says, mimicking by walking over there, closing the door and flying it open, yelling and screaming, "Where is Albert?" We said we did not know, and we did not know because right where you're standing, or at least sitting, he points to Nicholas, was the unfortunate casualty of one unicorn plushie that was unfortunately thrashed, probably accidentally, but still. From that day on, our Dane Father went ahead and put lots of strictures on us, lots of restrictions upon us, and has pretty much promised that we will be worked to the bone and trained until certain ideas get knocked out of our heads. It's part of the curriculum now. Don't fuck with Teeth of Titanium. It's part of the curriculum. He goes ahead and breathes out after he's done with this particular story.
When ideals clashes, may be different, but I read in the passage of a black book. There's a time and place for everything.
There is definitely a time and place and a way of bringing up grievances or conflicting interest or just different ideas. My dear Albert, my brother in Gaia chose the exact wrong way to do it.
And thus he was punished for it, but not only was he punished for it, we was punished for it as well.
Goes ahead and points to you. Yep, exactly.
Can you look at it through a different perspective? If I may bring up this idea to you, that he looks around the room.
Oh, go ahead. Actually, Lucas is going to go ahead and trade places with you. Get you to stand up.
And he just looked
around while they're all swapping places. She'll come out with various mugs of tea, offering them out to whomever will have them.
Thank
offering
you.
to the Raya first as a matter of course, but after that, next to Nicholas.
Yeah, just set it down there.
He grabs the tea and have his pinky up and try to be as delicate as possible, like he learned earlier. Takes a little sip. Hot, but good. Maybe it is maybe that happened for a reason. Maybe we was meant to work hard, and maybe the training maybe Gaia set that up to begin with, so we can train hard for the future fight to come against our foe, the worm. Maybe that's why it happened. Everything happens for a reason. I guess that's a positive outlook to look on certain things. But what do I know? Then he sits back down automatically.
Trading places with Lucas. Everything certainly does happen for a reason. Gaia moves in mysterious ways.
No,
I'll
no, no,
grant
no,
you
no,
that
no, no,
one.
no, 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 no,
Okay.
no, no. I
Garrett, go
mean,
ahead and take the floor. He says, trading seats with you.
Garrett doesn't move.
Damn it.
Maeve pops into her beanbag.
Um, I mean, finding a silver lining, yeah, it's great for your own personal mental health, but sometimes people shit their pants, and you can't explain it. And it sucks.
Mm. Uh, but if they do shit their pants, they could wash their pants and try anew.
See,
Yes. And he actually points at Nicholas. He says, "Yes, that's a way of doing it."
Nicholas, the thing is that yes, everything happens for a reason, and I try to be as kind as I can. But the reason this is happening is because Albert did something foolish, and he angered not just the person who was directly over us, but someone far above even him, to the point where he acted out so badly that he himself could not be given the full extent of the punishment, so our den father was punished as well. And as a result, we too are being punished. Everyone that I care about is being punished because he opened his mouth to someone that we knew was dangerous and we knew was temperamental and we knew far, far outranked us.
The only reason he's alive is because of his moon.
Mhm.
So while I try to be forgiving, I cannot forgive something that has ended in my den father being disfigured. Olaf has been nothing but kind to us, and as a result of this, he has become angry and he has become less forgiving himself. And I care about Olaf. Knowing that this has changed him, you can't just undo that change. You can't just undo the scars.
Lucas,
Mhm.
you were there.
Yeah.
What was his question?
His question, Garrett, was I don't even know if it was a question because he took such a roundabout way to do it, but he found a fence. He found a fence in an order that was given to exterminate any witnesses or anybody working at that fish yard.
Right. So how would you have questioned that? Because, let's be honest here, Lucas, I know you found it distasteful.
Mm-hmm. I did find it distasteful. Okay, Garrett, imagine your teeth of titanium. I know it's a big ass, would imagine. Actually, I should be on the floor for this one, he says, putting himself on the floor.
Get on with it.
All right.
Speak.
Yeah. My dear Raya, I wish to go ahead and ask for your wisdom in one matter that I found disagreeable.
And why should one such as you seek wisdom from me?
I have sought wisdom from every single Raya above me, from my Din father to Katori to Travis to yourself. I did take the long road.
So tell me, what question could you possibly have that our
I,
den father is so inadequate as to answer?
our Din father answered, and I still had questions. He sent me upwards. I questioned Travis. I still had questions. He sent me upwards. The question that I brought through both these Rayas, great and wise as they are, is was there any other way to perform that operation? And what was the meaning of killing all those humans who were innocent?
Dave's gonna snap a hand up.
Hey, you're not here. He says, pointing at Maeve.
Maeve's going to point to the window he just came through. I'm going to just make up a place because I don't know where Dan's actually hiding.
No. It's he's outside the door. He was just going to open it, but there's not really a proper window. He just
Well, then my
Yeah.
bad. She points at the door.
What is it?
Tilts her head a bit.
Is the door open?
Listens a little harder. Is he in fact opening the door and coming in, or is he just lingering?
he stopped opening the door, or
Is
whoever
the
it is.
door even open ajar?
Nope.
Okay,
She
then.
just got a really good roll, and so she heard he was about to touch the handle, and it rattled, and she heard it.
Sorry, you said you were sneaking, so
Yeah, like being quiet.
So the door goes ahead and rattles. The door handle goes ahead and rattles, and Maeve, you notice it. Okay. What's your next action?
Honestly, she pointed the door out. She's looking that way. She's not going to keep it from opening.
Okay.
Okay.
Garrett will stand up, look at the door, look at Maeve, and go open the door.
Albert is he's got bandages on his neck from the morning. Said, Garrett, right? I was just coming to get my bag.
Very well. Come on in and get your bag.
He'll walk in. Trying to hide the fact that he heard that conversation. Okay, he's just hiding it. But
Okay, rolling against it.
Yep.
And you're at a difficulty of 8 with me. Insightful. It's wonderful.
Wait, why difficulty 8?
Because of insightful.
He has an
1,
actual
2,
merit.
3, 4.
It wouldn't just be standard difficulty?
The insightful merit goes ahead and adds to difficulty of anybody trying to pull one over me, and lowers my difficulty to notice stuff.
Yeah, he's not really specifically pulling it over on you. He's just masking his reactions.
That is still tactically masking one over me. That's still subject to the insightful merit. So 2 versus 4. Oh, Lucas is crossing his arms. He's like on the floor. He's like staring at you.
Hello, Albert.
Hey, Nick. He's walking over towards where Nick is, because that's where he put the book bag.
Care to join us of sort?
Sorry,
Staring
I have
daggers.
tasks to do.
It would actually do you some good to stay. I was just giving a little ragabash lesson, which you could use.
Not wanting to contradict Araya again, because he's not sure what Garrett will do. Very well, Ryan. He will sit down with
Maeve has
his
become
bag in front of him.
deeply interested in her tea.
Skinny him.
Would you like some tea, Albert?
No, thanks.
I got 2 successes. Are you hiding the fact that you don't want to be there?
Not very well.
That's a botch. It is all over your
Yeah.
face.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, like you can tell he doesn't want to say it to you because you're of higher rank because of what.
Okay. Albert. I am not going to force you to do a damn thing. You can make the noose around your neck as tight as you want. And he notices the bandages when he says noose. If you want to leave, go ahead. But it would really do you some good to stay.
It's fine. I'll stay.
So Lucas, where were you?
Oh, right. He goes ahead and frees up arms and goes ahead and throws them out as if he gestures for you to go ahead and semi pounce on him.
No, I'm not getting up.
All right, fair enough. I'll do my part. I question the reason that why we had to kill innocent humans that were only working at the fishery and not worm tainted or at all.
They were working at a worm-tainted facility, corrupting our mother. I do not have time for your silly Hamid thinking.
It's not Hamid thinking, it's Garu thinking.
Lucas, I would slap you for that one if I was Teeth.
All right, fair enough. I take the slap.
Wrong. That was wrong.
All right.
What are you appealing to at me?
I'm trying to appeal to you as Teeth of Titanium that we ought to respect those beneath us because all of Gaia, even humanity, is of Gaia.
Now, I want you to dig deep into your heart of hearts with what you know of Teeth, what you've met him before.
Mhm.
Ask yourself, is that a wise thing to appeal to for his love of humanity?
Not love of humanity, use of humanity.
Nowhere in your talks did I hear use. All I heard was they're not worm corrupted. Please spare them.
Okay. Okay, let's try it again.
All right.
Give me the prompt.
Speak.
Because Teeth, killing them serves no use. Killing them just goes ahead and causes a travesty, causes attention, and we could use them. We can use them. There's obviously skilled labor there. And if their families would ever find out, they would turn against us even more so. Questions of the bodies just lead more and more to us. But.
Are you
And again,
suggesting that we open up a temp agency for those who work for the corruptor?
Put humanity to work. Those that don't serve the worm. He says, clenching his own throat.
We do not have the time for this. Burn it to the ground and be done with it, and then move on to the next target.
Why burn it to the ground? Why no witnesses?
You're not doing well, Lucas.
No.
You're lucky that you didn't speak that day.
Fair enough. How would you have done it?
Okay, now you have the right idea. You appeal to utility.
Mhm.
The dead bodies, they ask questions, or they cause others to ask questions. They create a trail. The more humans that go missing, the more questions that get asked. So unless they are a clear and present threat, it might be wiser to spare them.
Okay, he tries to sum it up. It would be wise to spare innocent civilians because that makes the veil easier to protect, right?
Bingo.
Okay. There's a caveat here.
Okay.
It makes the Veil easier to protect if they have a story that doesn't directly relate to our society.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, whatever story given does not look at any Garu, does not look at any werewolf, does not make use of any fetish or Talon. Any witnesses or survivors should simply see it as, well, a horrible, horrible act, but nothing Garu related.
Yeah.
Now, how do we make that happen?
All I do is ask the questions.
All right. Fair enough. Give me the prompt again.
Speak.
The reason that we should spare the innocent humans, even if they're working for a worm company, is that the Veil is easier to protect when the innocent humans got a story that isn't death, that isn't a dead body. Dead body asks more questions, and it's easier to protect the Veil.
I honestly don't know what he would say, Lucas. But I
It
didn't
sounds
feel
good.
the immediate need to slap you or to rip your throat out. So that's progress.
Progress.
But lesson here is know your audience. Because all the other questions you ask, it might work for someone else. Someone like Ren. But not Teeth.
No. You gonna go ahead and stand up, brush them off, look to the rest of them?
And you certainly didn't question my honor at any point. Or turn your back to me.
No, I certainly did not.
And he looks at Albert. You following?
Yes, I am. He's been he almost unconsciously kind of just reaches up towards the bandages and puts his hand back in. He's like, yes. It ends with a much better, and in being able to sleep on your back.
Lucas is going to go ahead and reach over and grab a teacup and saucer and just sort of spit. Very nice.
Good tea, good tea.
Maeve will grin a bit, but she's still, for the most part, focused on her teacup.
Now, Nicholas, you're not a new moon like myself, Albert, and Lucas here. But I hope you've learned a lesson about how to interact with Teeth of Titanium, our warder.
And he is under the same moon I am of Arun, of Warrior. Yeah. Communication must be settled, but also with reason behind it. If that's more correct. He scratches his head.
I guess that's one way of putting it.
Don't disrespect honor of sort.
Especially not Teeth's.
Lucas goes ahead and turns to Albert, sipping his tea. Brother, what are we doing here?
In what sense? Here
Wanting-
now, here as Skaru, here on the Sept, here in New York.
No, I'm just talking about in this cabin. Jeez. Says, continuing to sip his tea.
We are discussing a much better course of action that won't lead to one's throat nearly being torn out.
Yes, yes. Brother Albert, I went ahead and joked about this earlier, but did you honestly just wake up one morning and decide to go ahead and question Teeth of Titanium and question his honor?
That question is fairly irrelevant.
It is relevant because you had your brother and your sister right before that encounter with Teeth, and if you had shared your concerns and your plans with us, we would have been able to come up with a better strategy for you.
Look before you leap is what he's saying, kinda, and make a plan. I told you, when we ask questions, we can get away with a lot just by our very auspice. It's the only reason you're alive, to be honest. But you still have to consider who you're talking to and think about what effect your questions are going to have.
Consider the ripple effect. When people don't consider their actions, don't consider the consequences of their actions, punishments, disease, strife, conflict, all these things spread away from the epicenter of the incident. Now, I'm not saying don't do anything, hesitate in fear from any action, but just take a kernel, Albert. Take a kernel of that brain that I know you got.
Albert looks at Garrett and says, "Thank you, Ryan. It is a very important lesson that, of course, I have to learn and understand and take to heart if I want to survive."
You didn't touch him, did you?
No.
Oh, thank God. That's
I,
another
I
rule for
wouldn't be
Ragabashes.
I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you if I had. I
No,
imagine.
indeed, that's another rule for Ragabashes. You can say some shit, but if you touch them, you forfeit all right to your life. At least you're that smart. And look, you did good at the fishery. I said you were the star of the show. So I know you got it in you to be something.
Brother Albert, why did you come back to this cabin?
He points to the bag. To get the book back.
You got it.
No one's making you stay. If you want to go, go.
Albert stands, wincing a bit, but he slings the bag over his shoulder, winces a little more, and still not really. He doesn't say anything to anyone else, honestly. He, for whatever reason, he just says, "Thank you, Ryan. Have a good day." And he leaves.
Lucas will yell, 5 a.m. training, don't be late.
No response.
Mm, mm, mm.
Looks over at Maeve.
Oh, she is either very cross with her tea or redirecting her temper.
Looks at Garrett.
You guys aren't planning on putting soap in the sock and beating him with it, are you?
Had crossed my mind.
Had it until now.
I plan on doing no such thing to a brother of Gaia. No such thing. He suffered more than enough. Time to move and prosper. Mm, mm,
He's not the only one that's suffering for his actions.
mm, he looks over to her. I'm sorry if we all are suffering. Mm,
And
mm,
I am sorry for snapping, but I feel strongly about the people that I am close to. And, well, Albert is not someone that I am very close to, or wasn't yet. And he has hurt several people whom I care deeply about, and he's hurting me. But Olaf,
mm,
he didn't deserve that, and we don't deserve what we're having to do now because of his mistake.
mm.
If this problem had only affected him, if he was the only one suffering, I would be more forgiving. I would be more understanding. I would potentially even stand beside him. But what he has done is so bad that it stretches far beyond him. It's affected everyone that is tied to him.
Mm.
You know, Maeve, I would have 100% agreed with you until just the other night when I heard people taking the defense of Xavier Wazir.
I don't know Xavier that well. I have met him once or twice, but in the end, you don't bring a Bane onto the Sept.
No, I know. I know. I'm just saying.
He's got a Coke bottle and a bag of Doritos, empty in that bag. If he knows what it's used for, he'll make use of it.
Mm.
Points to Nicholas. What
Mm.
should he use it for?
Oh yes. Mm, 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 uh, mm, mm, uh, mm, snacks. Refreshments.
He's like, and where do you put empty ones?
Mm, uh, to to in the trash.
Which trash?
The trash spirit.
Trash spirit. If he knows what he's doing, he'll take that to the trash spirit. If he doesn't, well, that's his problem.
You know each of them only works once, right?
Yeah, I know. That's why I ate it first. If he wants a very, very good drink of Coca-Cola, he's going to have to drink after me.
I mean, it will only refill once.
Okay. Have your fun. But eventually you're going to have to embrace him as a brother once again.
You know, you say these things, and I get the feeling you think you mean them. She looks just a little bit playful.
Garrett, I'm not saying that I will not give my brother opportunities to go ahead and show correct behavior and redeem himself. I'm just saying that opportunity has not come to pass.
No, I realize that. That's why I said have your fun for right now.
And it goes back to what Rin said.
What did Ren say?
Oh, something about unicorn and where I was. It all get pushed in the rinse. By the way, lovely tea.
Where you were had nothing to do with you making a mistake. That was someone else's mistake, again, hurting the people around them.
No, this is more about forgiving people for their stupid mistakes.
It's just you saw Albert in action at the fishery.
Mm-hmm.
He was very good,
Mm-hmm.
very brave.
Mm-hmm.
Got his face blown off.
Slingshot it back in.
Yep, I called him Slingshot. For a while, I'm going to call him Private Pile. But eventually, I'd like to
Blink.
call him Slingshot again, because that damn Garu who was at the fishery was good. And we need more like him.
I'll give you that one. The Garu at the fishery was very brave and did his job. The Garu that I saw being throated by Teeth of Titanium was nothing like that.
And based on my little test I gave you, you might not have fared as well either.
I might have not as fared as well, but at least anything that happened to me would have been laid at my feet only.
Oh, you don't know that. You're a cub just like him.
I know, but I did not respect my elder. I did not turn my back, and I certainly did not insult him.
I thought the whole
It's
point was to be doing a reenactment.
going to have to be a hypothetical. I reenacted Teeth as best I could, but I am not him. Filthy Hamid mine, and he points at his head.
I meant Lucas's part. I thought he was mimicking Albert, not making his own statements.
Oh, no. If he was making Albert statements, I probably would have actually slapped him.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I wasn't there.
Just... You have to learn how to properly question, right, Lucas?
Yeah, you gotta know how to properly question. You gotta know how much... Okay, first off, he did one thing right. He was able to go as far as possible, but he did not know how to rein himself in.
There you go. He didn't give a shit, but he didn't know how to scale it back.
Mm-hmm.
So, I wasn't there to teach him yet. He's the only cub I hadn't taught.
We got a lot of cubs, and it wasn't your responsibility to begin with. It was another glasswalker. No, excuse me. It was a glasswalker. He's not
No,
actually part of the tribe yet.
Don't think Albert's been the first ragabash to fuck up.
The irony doesn't escape me that I made this same conversation with Katori and took a completely different tactic and came out just fine.
I'm here in New York instead of Chicago because I fucked up one too many times.
Well, then I'm glad you fucked up.
You may be glad. I'm sure Garrett here is not too proud of it.
But now he's here. And in the end, imagine if he hadn't been here to teach you. Or to teach Senna. Or to try to catch up with Albert.
Points to Nicholas. Guy works in mysterious ways.
Indeed she does. Indeed she does.
Goes ahead and raises his hands. There you have it.
Whatever. Garrett has a very resigned face and throws his hands up.
Consider me selfish.
Oh, I am worried about Olaf after this one.
Yeah.
The Fenrir has come out in full force.
Yep. The Fenrir has come out in full force, and his brothers from the tribe have joined him. We are talking to a very, very different Olaf.
And that's the most tragic thing about all of this.
Yeah.
More tea, please. Raise his glass up.
Maeve will hop up and take it, head back into the kitchen.
I'll say one thing. One attitude that I want to see him keep. I don't care what he does with us. I don't care what he does with other guys or relates to them. The one thing that he went ahead and told me about, that you all were there for, is he said that he would keep the interests of the kin in his heart. And I think he takes on way too much responsibility for the kin. If he keeps that up, I think we'll see him again.
Yep. He's still heart of gold as far as I'm concerned.
He's just got too many responsibilities. You can't push a man that hard.
Whatever happened to Night Eyes?
Never met her.
I didn't either, but at this point, her aside specifically, it'd be a damn good thing if there were 2 den parents. There's 7 of us now. It's getting out of hand.
One thing to keep in mind. There's a very good chance, well, I mean, it's a 100% possibility at this point, he's going to lose the pack mate. It just depends on whether it's going to be to death or banishment.
That is definitely going to hurt him.
You cubs are going to be the thing that has to keep him grounded.
No, we will.
Talia. Here's what I
about
think.
her?
She's cub. But you know the way that Olaf goes ahead and admires her fighting spirit. He sees a lot of potential in that. I wonder if he'll make good on his promise to go ahead and embrace her to the Fenrir.
Any tribe would want her at this point.
Maybe we'll finally trot back out with the tea.
Thank you.
You're very welcome, Nicholas.
Garrett, you go ahead and say that the cubs are the ones that are going to keep him grounded, but we're also the ones that are making him pull out his hair.
No, but
Some of us.
I didn't mean you individually. I mean, though individually you can help. I just mean his duty as den father. It's a very important one. And so long as he sees that he's making progress with you, or, it's an important duty, and he knows he needs to do it. So, if anything, him seeing to that is what's going to keep him grounded and not go wandering off in his head. That's what I meant.
So you want him to focus on his duties as a den father rather than dwelling on the loss or the potential loss of a packmate.
Yeah, but it's going to happen. That's the thing here. It's going to happen, and there's no potential about it. There's going to be fallout.
Gotcha.
Still trying to figure out what to do about Katori.
How's he doing?
He's not doing good. He's not doing as bad as I was worried about yet. But he's barely talking.
I had a talk with him
What?
before all this stuff went down with Xavier. I had a talk with him.
About what?
Nothing in particular. But it went well.
Good. Told you he was nice.
Yeah, but Andre was a long time ago. And now the ghost of Andre has come back. I don't know if another talk with him would go as well.
She'll wrinkle her nose. He's not himself right now. I wouldn't blame him.
How do we work Katori out of his stump?
Well, I sick Chino on him. That should help.
He may be forced to look to his pack.
His pack isn't in much of a state right now. I think Ren's the only one who's got her whole mind to her at the moment. Olaf's in bad shape. Katori's in bad shape. Xavier's about to be in really bad shape.
Ren's in bad shape too.
I don't know her as well. I can't tell.
She's about to suffer the same kind of loss as everybody else.
Well, this is true. She's just holding it together better than they are.
Garrett,
Yeah?
has Ren been able to help people around her? That's what centers her and gives her strength to continue on through. It's like the sandwiches. She wants to she wants to seem like helpful and useful. It's like Olaf being a den father. He wants to be seen as like growing something.
I don't know about other people, Lucas, but I can only speak for myself in my interactions with her. And, I'm a stubborn asshole.
Well, if you're a stubborn asshole and you still got problems, you know she's gonna dig into it.
Yeah. She keeps talking to me, and I keep talking to her, so I'd say it's all right.
Talk is always good, especially amongst friends.
Wise words. And he'll hoist his tea mug up to Nicholas.
He does the same back.
Nicholas, you are very kind-hearted for an Arun. More than most I have met.
Keep myself grounded and always be good to others and always be willing to assist others.
Arun means a fighting heart, not a mean one.
Oh, I agree. It's good to see.
I'll protect you all. And then he hoists up his old sword.
Hoist up the old sword. Oh, very, very nice sword. Very, very nice sword. I might have use for that in the future.
Yes. And I'll be willing to lend it, with me as well. Fight the good fight for Gaia.
You're saying I have your sword.
Alright, I actually know this one, but I'm not going with it.
Points to Garrett, and I have your...
What?
Did you just judge me for not seeing Star Wars and then not watch Lord of the Rings?
Yes.
Digs in his bag and takes out a old poster of Star Wars New Hope.
Holy shit! Lucas goes ahead and exclaims, "Where did you get that?"
Found it on ground, rolled up. You can have it. Seems.
I did. He's doing the thing where he's like holding out his hands and simply says, "Okay, you can give me this. I'll accept this gift, but in return, I have to show you Star Wars." And then, only then, after you've seen Star Wars, the original trilogy, then you may offer this as a gift to me.
All right. I also have a poster of Titanic and Gone with the Wind.
Gone with the Wind is pretentious, and Titanic was way too long for me.
We'll scavenge for more soon.
It sounds fun.
Hold on, I got my laptop. Do I have my laptop back in my room? Walks across the beaded threshold, comes back with it, goes ahead and places the laptop on the table. Now this thing only has about 2 to 3 hours charge, so we might get through New Hope before having to call it a night.
Oh,
Maeve is still fixing Garrett with a judging stare.
OOC, why is she doing that?
Because he fucking judged her for not seeing Star Wars and he hasn't watched Lord of the Rings.
It's
Judging.
It's because you didn't follow up on Lucas's "you have my sword and you have my axe and you have my bow," that kind of thing.
Oh, OOC is because I was completely zoned out.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, we'll carry it forward. Yeah, you've never seen Lord of the Rings. It's fine. I live Lord of the Rings. I'm not gonna watch it.
You do not! Lord of the Rings is prettier.
Swords and shit and evil things and
How many people do you know that use a sword besides this guy? Gestures to Nicholas.
oh, they're out there.
Yeah, and we've seen how many of them? I've only seen one bow. Haven't seen any axes. Definitely not Lord of the Rings.
That's because you can't walk around the city with a broadsword.
Well, then this is definitely not Lord of the Rings.
Digs in his bag and takes out a trench coat.
Well, there you go. He did it.
If only it was the swords that would make this Lord of the Rings and not everything else. If only.
She sticks her tongue out. Still not as pretty as Lord of the Rings.
I'd much rather walk around with a broadsword and not fight the evil things than have to fight the evil things and not use a broadsword.
Then use lightsabers and blasters. Ding, ding. The laptop goes ahead and starts playing. And the opening call.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm leaving.
Thanks for the visit, Garrett.
Anytime.
Thanks for the visit, Roy Garrett.
Yeah, I've been kind of taking that whole Raya thing serious, because you're new and I wanted to impress upon you. But for other people, yeah, do it. But for me, yeah, whatever.
Oh, okay. Garrett.
Yeah, Garrett and Travis don't want to hear that shit. They get pretty ruffled when you do.
I don't get ruffled. It's a waste of time. Just much like I'm standing right here. So, good night.
Night.
She'll wave.
Garrett will open up the door, give one last wave, and head off into the night.
On screen, the stormtroopers are blasting open that Bull Herc and all the resistance and rebellion fighters are primed and ready.
Everyone, defend yourself. You see Nicholas yelling like, "Everyone, defend yourself."
Nicholas, you know it's a movie, right? I like the energy, but it's a movie.
Okay.
Pew, pew, pew. The evil stormtroopers storm in. Behind him, the ominous figure of Darth Vader starts commanding, and Lucas goes ahead and says, "That's the bad guy."
Imposing figure.
And much of the next few hours is, Nicholas watching something fantastic.
Good movie.
There we can end our scene.
As soon as I can get this thing to stop lagging and push the stop broadcast button. Feel free to outro and escape until I can actually do this stupid thing. It's like so bad.
These aren't the droids that were. These are not the droids you're looking for. These are not the droids you're looking for. Nicholas, those were the droids they were looking for.
Oh,
Oh god, it's the scene that can't end.
it really is. It's literally the scene that can't end.
No, not again!
You, like, my whole screen is grayed out and I've got the little blue circle cursor. I'm like, why, God, why? Because if I close the window, it won't stop the scene. Or will it?
If you close the window and then rejoin, maybe.
I'm gonna give this a shot real fast. Oh God, God help us! Ah.
We are a peaceful trading vessel. No. You are Princess Leia, the leader of a rebel alliance. Take her away! Don't ask why she has cinnamon buns in her hair. They never explain it.
Okay, I think it's safe.
Look, it's not that, he's not tall enough for a stormtrooper. It's that she's really expecting to be interrogated again and, like, giving him all the amount of sass.
But I was going to Tosh Station to pick up some power converters.
That's what they all say.
If we end the scene with 20 minutes of Star Wars sass, I might die.
That's no moon.
And on that note, thank you players for playing. Thank you Hangouts for being a dick. We'll see you next time on another thrilling episode of Why Did They Spend 20 Minutes Watching Star Wars and Making Stupid Jokes? The movie.
Use the force.
Let go! Look, turn off your targeting computer. Is something wrong? No. I'm gonna use this wonky, mystical
You may
method
fire
that
when
nobody
ready.
uses.